What's up, YouTube gangsters? Today I want to show you something very special in the world of motion tracking. I just recently started using a plugin. I'm in no way affiliated with this company. It's made by AE Scripts. The name of the plugin is called Lockdown, and what it's used for is to track it's for motion tracking on warped surfaces, which is, it's unbelievable how good this works and how easy and fast this works. I've used this, I just found out about this plugin probably back in the spring. They did some deal where you could use it for free for like a month without the watermark on it, and since then they've come out with a new update for the plugin that it actually even works better now than it did back when I used it in the springtime. So I'm just gonna jump in. This is not really a tutorial on showing you how to use it. I will show you how to use it, but there's so much more in depth that you can do with this. I'm gonna just do kind of a quick and dirty track for you guys to show you just the possibilities that you can have with this motion tracking. It blows my mind. So it doesn't even seem real how good this is. I think Mocha's got something too, but theirs is actually a third, like another app you have to use outside of After Effects. This is actually a plugin within Adobe After Effects. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've got my clip. I've trimmed it up to the piece that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to my effects, and like I said, it's called Lockdown. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the effect on it, and if you see here to the left side, it pulls up. These are basically, it gives you step-by-step instructions here. It's pretty nice. You don't really have to do this to get a quick track on something, but you can, and it's good actually to go through. If anyone does get this, and I'll say it's expensive, I think it's around $250 for the plugin right now. So it is expensive. This is not something that just your hobbyist is going to get, but it's just unbelievable. It's worth its weight in gold, I think. So if you do end up getting this, make sure you go through. There's tutorials that they put out that are more in depth. But what I'm going to do, so once you drop the effect on, I'm going to hold down the control key, and then I'm just going to drag sections on here, and it's going to put some points. It's basically creating a mesh for me, and you want to create a mesh on the surface where you want to track something. So I'm just going to pretty much put it on the side of this rooster here. And see how it adds? You can add more points closer to each other too. Like I said, I'm just gonna do kind of a fast track just for the sake of this video. So say here's my mesh. So the next thing you wanna do after you've put all the tracking points, you can actually manually add these too, but I'm not gonna get into that. Once you have your mesh, you go ahead and they have this button down here, and you hit lockdown. And I know like there's all this stuff up here, and I'm not going through it, but I'm just going to show you, how good this thing is. So actually, okay, it's not going to lock there. So you go to this button where it says track all. Okay, now it's tracking. If you look up here, okay, it has 92 frames basically, so it's through 20. So it doesn't take very long to track this, as you can see. Normally I probably would speed this up, but I think I'm just going to let it go so you see this in real time, because it's so fast. It's just amazing how fast this thing tracks. And you can see right here, one of my points is kind of going out of whack. That really doesn't matter. I'll get rid of that just to make it clean. But this is the part, like on the rooster is the part that we want on. So this is what I'll do to make this thing clean. I'm gonna go ahead, see that? Oh my God. guys, this is unbelievable. So see this one right here? I'm gonna go ahead and hold Alt, and I'm gonna get rid of this just to clean it up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hit preview, and watch what it does. This is a mesh, right? Look at how this thing sticks to the rooster. I'm telling you guys, this is unbelievable. And the length it took to track this, like, it was in real time. You watch this. I did not speed up this video. So let's go ahead, and then I'll show you where you can actually track. You can add a like a photo object, whatever you want, a graphic to this. So once it's all tracked, the next step is to lock it down. And they recommend going to find a place that looks kind of flat. Like this looks pretty good. It looks about as flat as it could be. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the lockdown button. So now it's locked down. And you see what it does is it creates a couple more layers, okay? So if I want to, I don't know really how to explain this. I'm not, you know, if you do get this, go watch the tutorials by the guys that made this. If you do get this, go watch a tutorial by the guys that made this AE scripts. They make a lot of good plugins. This to me is the best one. Go to this one. This is the stabilized composition here. So double click that, and it brings you into this layer. So what I'm going to do, they recommended getting rid of this checkerboard layer. You don't need that. And if I hit play, it's kind of funky. You'll see this is the stabilized portion, okay? It looks weird now, but you'll see once I put the pattern in here how great this is gonna look. So I'm gonna go back in my project, and I've got this image here. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap this on. And remember, I'm in the stabilized composition now. So I'm going to track this pattern on the rooster. So the first thing I wanna do with this is I'm gonna go ahead and lower the opacity so I can make a mask, because I want to make a mask here. I'm going to mask this out to kind of blend it. So I have to mask this image within the tracked portion, which basically this, see this where you can see the lines, that's the mask of the actual track. So I'm going to go up here to my pen tool, and I'm going to just start creating a mask within this track. Do this quick. I'll probably speed this up, although creating a mask in After Effects is pretty fast. Okay, my mask is complete, and now what I'm going to do, I'll make sure I get that out, because I'm going to feather it a little just to make it look a little bit more believable or real, like it's blended. So next I want to do my feather. I'm gonna go up maybe about, I don't know, maybe about 11, 12. That's probably good enough. So now that that's masked and blended, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit on the layer. Oh, actually it is, I'm gonna raise it back up. I lowered it to 6% so I could draw that mask. So now I'm gonna raise it back up to where it looks like it's kind of blended on. Okay, 40, maybe 50%. So remember, I'm still in the stabilized layer. Now I'm going to go back to my main composition that I created, which is right here. If you see where my mouse is, I'm going to click on it. So, okay, here's where the magic is. Now watch when I play this. Look at that pattern stuck to this rooster. Now, remember, this is quick and dirty, right? I could spend more time to get this, you know, up here on his neck and maybe around his chest and down here on his leg to look like, and I've done them before where I've covered him, you know, the tail feathers too. But this motion track is unbelievable. That's why I created this video. I just wanted to share it with you guys because when I saw it, it just blew my mind. It's so ahead of its time. I don't see a whole lot of people really using this, and my guess is probably because the price is $247. It's mainly going to have more appeal to people that are that do this sort of work professionally and that are making money from their video editing. So you know, if you fall in that category, this is definitely something to look into if it's within your budget. I don't know what you guys do. You know, I don't know how many of you guys that follow me are more of hobbyists, or if you're just making projects for school, or if you're doing this professionally full-time for an income. But anyway, this is just mind-blowing, guys. This is, I recommend though, go and check out AE Scripts. They make a lot of good plugins. I think they have a tracking plugin for Premiere too, which is actually pretty good, and it's a lot cheaper. It doesn't track like this. It tracks more like the Adobe After Effects tracker, where you stick some text on there or whatever. This is more of a warping, like you put this to attach this to a surface, and it looks like it's just stuck on there. Their other tracker is, I think it's like $20, and they have tutorial or videos on their site that kind of show what their plugins do. But their tracking plugins are really, really good. I haven't really looked too much at any of the other ones. So, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. Even if you're not going to get it, at least you guys know there's something out there now that can track like this. This is like, to me, Hollywood type level of tracking. And like I said, I follow a lot of YouTubers when it comes to video production stuff, and I don't see really anybody using this or talking about it. So I think it's a real specialty niche plugin, but that being said, it's amazing. So anyway, if you like this tutorial and enjoyed watching this, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.